Howdy folks, how y'all doing today? You're back with Big CheeZ for another base tour video. This is my citadel, the CheeZ Kingdom in all of its glory, okay? This is gonna be a big one. Now, I'm gonna start off here, okay? Because this is the area that needs the most time to load in. And I've given it that time, and it's loaded in as far as I can tell. But unfortunately, whenever I come back here after being somewhere else, it goes back. The actual visual part of it goes back to before I had done anything to it. But we're gonna start off with this place, okay? So this is my little gatehouse leading up to my castle behind it, okay? Now the castle isn't finished yet, but I want to do this base tour video so you can kind of get a glimpse of what exactly I've been doing on here, how much of my time has been going into this game, and it's kind of been crazy. So as you come in, obviously you've got the stone steps leading up to a nice kind of cool wood walkway or walled area, okay? And obviously you've got kind of some defenses laid out around the back, so if you do need some archer bot whatever, you do have the kind of space to do that up here. But then you've got, like, you know, the two stairways on either side of it leading up to the main gateway, which I've kind of decorated a little bit with kind of some iron reinforcements. That's both for stability reasons and for just aesthetic detail. And then when you get in here, like if you're being raided or something like that, you're getting in here and they're going to run straight into a second gate, okay? Now, I'm going to show you guys what exactly is going to happen if an enemy does come in here and tries to be stupid, basically. So these gates will be shut on either side, okay? These gates lead up to our guard towers that run up on either side of that walkway, that little corridor, okay? Now, they create a shooting pit, basically. So on here, there'll be a pair of archers shooting down at them, and above them will be another pair of archers up here too. So I've built this gatehouse to be quite stacked, really, okay? It goes out around the sides into a nice little balcony area, which is kind of fenced off with cool wood. I love cool wood for this. It's pretty enough that it works really well from an aesthetic point of view, and it's high enough that it stops anyone from falling off unless they're stupid, which is always a possibility, let's face it. But then we kind of got nice cool wood on the inside as well, kind of fencing it off really nicely too. Anyway, like I said, so you're back in here, okay? You are being raided or something like that, and you've kind of got the torches on the side to be able to shoot down at the enemy. They could, you can duck away behind these walls, and it's nice and easy for you. They have to try and hack away at the iron gateways, which are pretty tough, to be fair with you, while they're being shot at by you guys, which is pretty great, okay? Now, the reason why this area is quite so big, this whole kingdom, as you'll see, is quite so big, is because my plan now, even now, is to be able to turn this into an area to host kind of the Valheim games, so if you will. There's going to be turned into a bunch of contests and that kind of thing, which I'll show you bits and pieces of in a minute, okay? But right now, this then leads to the back way, okay, which then goes up to the big old staircase. As you can see, okay, she's well lit, she's beautiful. This took me ages to do, especially with the fact that you can't go higher than 16 up from whatever the Valheim floor level is. You can't go higher than 16 up or 16 down, which made things very difficult. I did all my kind of terrain stuff early on, but as you can see, so we start getting up here, we go into the little bit of a curve thing here, which then leads us into our throne room, okay? Decorate with a couple of nice little dragon eggs on the sides, and obviously, although I think it's called the Dragon Throne, I put an extra Drake head on it, so you can decorate the throne with one of the little item stands, which is a pretty cool little addition. So I kind of put the Drake's head on it, which I kind of think looks really cool and sets it off nicely. And what I'm going to plan on doing is, obviously there's not going to be a bed just left in here. I have got plans to kind of like a proper kind of castle out here. I've been flattening some of the land, as you can see down there. That's not just done for the sake of it and whatever. I am intending to build out here quite thoroughly. Some staircases going down and leading into a kind of a proper building. But again, I will show you guys that when I kind of get around to building it. But up here is our kind of up sort of portal balcony, okay? Now this leads us to all of the little areas around the kingdom, okay? I wish I could show you the names, but I don't think I can, even on here. Can I show you the names? Can I show you the names? I don't think I can. I don't think it'll activate without... Nah, not without a person. Okay, so that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. What I can show you though is, so we've got a few different places around the kingdom. But I'll show you those in a second once we're done with the castle, because the castle has two extra areas that I haven't shown you yet. Okay, the first one I'm going to show you is over here. Okay, now this I decorated it with a little bit of trees and stuff, and this was actually really hard to do because obviously trees, when you're building them, or like all plant work, they need a lot of space. So I had to kind of delete out quite a lot of this, put the tree in, let it grow, and then build out around it again. But then it looks like it's kind of done on purpose, which is really nice. And it just adds a little extra to quite a stony sort of stony sort of facade, if you will. And then as we get around the side, we then get up into our sort of forge area. And I really wanted to make sure this was nice and fiery, so I decorated around the outside with the kilns, like plenty of them. And obviously I'm not going to be going around there quite as much, so it doesn't really matter if it's that smoky around them, which is absolutely fine. But then it kind of has that really, I mean, I wish I could show you this at night, because at night this place just looks so cool. Okay, it looks so cool. But that's the forge, okay? So underneath that, so we go down here, and I'll show you the rest of this in a second. Underneath that, just down here, we built underneath, we've got our charcoal kiln set up. And this isn't really enough kilns right now. I do need to extend this out a bit further. Really what you're looking for is about 2 kilns per forge that you have, in order to have enough charcoal all the time for them. Right now I've kind of got stocked up on the charcoal because I've kind of got as much iron or silver or whatever as I needed, which is fine, okay? But anyway, so what else is over here? We have our cells, okay? I don't know why, like I said, on the last build, I kind of got really into the kind of roleplay idea aspect of this kind of thing. So I built a load of cells, walled them off and everything like that. Down in the chest here we have, I think I put like 6-7 sets of rag tunics just for the prisoners and whatever. And then obviously along the wall is kind of like work detail tools, like so cultivator, pickaxe. I think there's one axe there, but it's the very basic level axe. So I don't think it does anything to armor, like the padded armor at this stage, but I haven't really tested that part. But anyway, yeah, that's the cell. I really love how that turned out. It looks really cool to me. I've never really done anything like this to the kind of the role play extent sort of thing. But I love how that turned out. I really, like I said, Valheim has done something to me that most other games have never really sucked me in this much, and it's made me really want to get invested in the building. But this then is my kind of blacksmith area, okay? And this took a fair bit of work to build, right? And it took even more work to figure out how to decorate the thing. So the first thing I kind of did was, again, clear that. So for this whole build, I should say, right, I did all the terrain work first before I put down any slabs or anything like that. I made sure it was flat. I made sure I had the levels where I wanted them to. I had a plan written down, literally written down, of what I wanted to do with this. I had a plan of like, I wanted to kind of have the gatehouse up there, lead down to something else, and then, you know, I have what idea for that and everything. So it meant I had to get all the terrain work done first. So then I laid out all the paving stones, the slabs even. And then it really hurt me because they were all beautiful, all ready to go. I had to then delete some in order to get this bonfire in, okay? Now the bonfire for me, it was kind of essential for this like kind of, you know, for the effect of the forge, the blacksmith area would have. Because once I put that in, then I kind of did a little ring of stone around it, which then gave me my kind of guiding post of how to do the core wood stuff. It's not quite perfectly like rounded or anything like that. So, but it works. It works for me, okay? So then we decorated it still with the full set of blacksmith stuff, and I have got extra of the tool ones up there. I've moved things around a little bit as I've done it. So I had the blacksmith, the little smithy. I think it's the smithy, isn't it? Or was that the forge? I can't remember at this point. I had that down first so I could kind of get the bellows in to where I want them to be, and then the anvil and everything like that. And I tweaked it around a little bit here and there to make sure it had the benefits, but make sure it kind of looked cool too. And then obviously we've got the little, our little totem, our little, I can't remember what this guy's called. He's the guy who prevents people from opening your stuff or anything like that. But I like him there because it's again this nice little aesthetic thing rather than anything else. I don't generally use them because I'm generally on this on my own anyway. So I don't. And if I ever invite anyone over here, then it's never a case that I really want to stop them going through my stuff. I'm happy for them to kind of explore and look around. So I like it just for the aesthetic more than anything else. And then at the back here, then we've kind of got stuff that is, you know, in theory being worked on. So again, we've got kind of a few tools and whatever back there. We've got kind of a little the water bucket for dunking hot metal in or whatever, and a grindstone back here too, with a sword on the stool, kind of being sharpened or whatever, a meat tankard and shields and all sorts of stuff back here, and a couple of shields to decorate and whatever, which should give you an idea a little bit of what I've done in my armory as well. But yeah, anyway, so that's that, and then we kind of got a few rock piles, and I don't know, just the rock piles kind of felt like they suited it to me. And then down here we've got the wood piles out back for the obviously chuck on the furnace and stuff like that. And we got a cart back here too, which I've tried to fill up as much as I can to kind of have all the things in there. So the more you fill it up, the more pieces of inventory you use there, the more pieces of inventory you'll be shown there. As you can see, next we have a whole boat in here. There is no reason for this being in here. I should say this, okay? There is no ungodly reason why to have a boat here, okay? But it made some sense to me, right? I had a big space here. I was thinking, what would they have? What might I have here? Like, designing a boat, potentially, like working on new designs or whatever of boat, and then we can carry it down to the thing because we've got magic at this stage, so it's not really a big deal. But all that kind of thing. So I built like a little kind of dock-ish area up here of how they might design extra things about. And don't get me wrong, this is just the carve, okay? This isn't gonna be anything special or anything like that. But this is the base level. This is the second like level boat thing you can get. Obviously, this isn't the long ship, but just I don't know, it just worked for me to have it up here. It just kind of felt like it suited. Because then over here we've kind of got our woodworking area. This was meant to be woodworking, and then it kind of turned into more of a sort of hunter's hut shack thing with all the trophies and kind of plastered around it, it just really looked cool to me. So I kind of built it up again on the same plans as before. Roped off with core wood, and then I extended it back from down here instead with this kind of the little roof topper. And that was it. It was really easy to kind of build that kind of thing. And then in here, so obviously we've got some pieces that don't belong to the workbench. Again, I did have a forge in the smithy in here at one point to kind of have that bits in here, which I kind of really loved. And obviously we got the Ichthia trophy over there. We've got a bunch of rugs and stuff like that with all that little with the tanning racks and the heads. And again, it looks perfect for it. It looks like it really suits it. It looks cool as hell, all right? And again, phenomenally proud of how this turned out. But again, nothing really compared to the other side, which is ridiculous, really. That is my favorite building that I've ever done. I'm gonna show you that in a second. Over here, not quite so fancy, if I'm really honest with you. This is mostly a little store hut. I've got a couple of people who I do play this with fairly regularly, so you will have seen them on my channel, would see them on videos with me. So I kind of keep this replenished with potions. I keep this ridiculously organized, so it's like health potions, stamina potions, frost potion, poison, etc, etc, etc. Food, arrows, and some personal chests at the back as well. And then in here, this is kind of meant to be like our cooking and farm area. So as you can see, in here we have set up the hearths to have the cooking racks on them. There is nothing on them now, but that's because I farm it quite heavily and then go heavy on the cooking. We've got our fermenters ready to go. We've got a few cauldrons back here. Again, no real need to have more than one, but for me it just worked out. And then our little farm area. So ordinarily there would be flax at the back, but I've kind of just unlocked the windmill stuff back here. So obviously there is still a lot of stuff I have to kind of get into my castle right now. I have to kind of find a place really to work these windmills in properly so they look pretty. Right now, this is not where I want to put them. I'm kind of thinking of building them up over there, of putting a separate section up over there for them. I'm going to have to figure out how that works, so then I can have this back for flax and I can have that corner for barley, which is originally what it was. And then up here, obviously you guys can see we've got honey coming out the wazoo, which is really set for, which is really awesome. And I loved how this looks when it's all kind of ready and all the barley and the flax is ready to be picked as well. Right now it's kind of it's in a stage in between. I've still got to figure out where to put those. I've got to figure out where to put the artisan bench and the kind of the blast furnace, the extra level of furnace. But right now we're going to check out my armory. Okay, and like I said, this is probably one of the builders I'm most proud of in this game, and I will absolutely do a video on how to kind of do this with you guys if you want to see. But you can kind of see already, she's kitted out. She's suited and booted. So, all right, okay. The boring part first. In this corner, literally, is mostly storage, okay? It's like, it's the shed load of arrows, a shed load of bits and pieces in that corner, but it's kind of like tucked away, okay? And then in here, all right, that is a chest that is filled with gold. absolutely filled with gold, okay? I wanted it to have that kind of, you know, feel to it, that role-play-ish feel to it. You're sealed away in the armory. If anyone, you know, try and break in and say, you know, it's in there, like, I don't know, you know, I was kind of getting really into this. So I kind of then built it up in there, okay? At the back, all right, because this is the armory and it's representing the military wing of whatever we're doing, I put every color banner, okay? So for me, the banners do represent something for each of them. Obviously, like the blue one is for kind of our navy side of things. The green one for more of our scouts and that kind of thing. I'm not, don't worry, I won't bore you with all of them right now. And then obviously down in the center point, we have tables set up for all of the different types of weaponry. So we have our blades, we have our axes, knives, and maces. I've also got a wall set up at the back there, as you can see, for our spears, and I've never really been sure how to say it, the adges. If I'm saying that right, please let me know. If I'm not, then can you put like a phonetic way of saying it? That'd be really helpful. And again, okay, so obviously there's a lot of tools and stuff around here. So I did bring the smithy in here just to kind of get the bits and pieces done the way I wanted it. But as you can see around the side, and this is probably the main reason I'm so proud of how this looks, is, okay, so first we have the serpent scale shields above the exit. And then we have the tower shields. So they're going right around the edging, okay? And I love how that makes this place look. It just fills everything out for me. It looks perfect. I really need to put some more resin in these torches, but it should be no surprise. There is a shed load of resin I need for this place. And then what else? Okay, so up here, it was going to be like a table for each of the sort of special weapons in the game. So I have to put Frostneer back on here. Obviously we've got Stagbreaker, and I think is it just Sledgehammer? The Iron Champions one, I guess, or something like that. And then over on the side here, we've got the other side of things, which is for bows and everything. Originally, and I was really glad it didn't work out. Originally, what I had over here was a table, 2 tables, and then it was like 10 of the flat item stands, because I wanted to be able to put like one of each kind of arrow on them. But unfortunately, it doesn't work, which is a bit of a shame, because I think it's like the only type of like ammo, or the only one of the few types of things that you can't put down on item benches. Like all the trophies, even the dragon eggs and stuff like that, you can do that, but these you couldn't, which is a bit of a shame. Anyway, so on the wall here, as you can see, we've got 4 of each type of bow, except for the Draugr bow. That is not out here because that takes a shitload of time to build. I need to get some more guck for that kind of crap. But yeah, that's the kind of castle at the moment. Okay, that's the Citadel more than anything, and I love how it looks. Like from back here, this is a fantastic view, really, of it. It was a lot of work, and again, same dude as before. This is all a solo build. Okay, none of this was cheated, none of this was spawned in or anything like that, or creative mode or anything bollocks like that. This was all 100% done properly. Okay, it took a lot of time, it took a lot of work, but this is how much I love building in this game. Now, as I said, that is not the only things in this place, okay? And as you can kind of get a better idea now that it's not nighttime, that wall is pretty large, okay? It does run around quite a lot of this place. If it's not gonna spawn in because we're in free fly mode. Okay, so I'm gonna have to move my guy. Bear with me 2 seconds, all right? These are what is going to be turned into the 2 towers, okay? Again, there's a lot of stuff I'm building around here that I haven't finished off yet. But I want to kind of give you guys a bit of a show. This is basically part 1 of Cheddar Kingdom. Mostly this is kind of to show off the Citadel, but yeah, all right, so that's going to be the 2 towers, right? And the way that kind of worked out was I built up from ground level onto iron plinths, or iron stands, platforms, that's one. Is it? No, iron supports, okay? Because like I said, iron really changes the building in this game, all right? It makes things so much easier. So then once I could kind of get high enough, I then started building into the rock, okay? Which then gave it ground level stability again right away. And then it kind of reset every single time. So it kind of gave me perfect stability as I built the staircase up, okay? And then again, it takes a lot of work to do it. It's like Minecraft level of inches, or just, you know, being able to catch stuff. It's the same sort of thing for here. So I can show you from underneath, I think, yeah. Okay, so from underneath, I kind of did exactly the same thing. A lot of it was built into the rock and then branched outwards, and then kind of built right across and everything. The bridge was a tricky one. I fell down a lot of times building that. I fell to my death a lot, which is why at the moment I kind of got 2 characters. One who has nothing on him other than a hammer and building tools and stuff. Sorry about that. And that's all he's good for. So that way he can, like, if he falls off, I don't have to worry about losing anything. But It is also the downside of building in the plains, because obviously in the plains you get the goblin dudes, the little fewlings, you get the blood wings, the little mosquito kind of dudes, and they're both bad news. They're both pains in the asses, and if you're not wearing any armor, they will kick the crap out of you every single time. All right, so this isn't that interesting. Okay, so this is the two towers. This is what I'm going to turn. There's going to be two huge towers on here. Okay, properly built up, properly military looking, kind of covered in the green banners for scouts and stuff, but. Anyway, that's for other times, right? Now, this is the Crucible, okay? And she has seen better days, unfortunately, okay? Originally, she was a much more, a pretty arena, and as you can see, there's a lot of troll heads knocking around. I found this place, and this is one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to build in this area, because it had this, okay? Naturally formed, it's kind of like Stonehenge, and it was perfect, it's wonderful for it. And obviously, this is there for the rune, okay, to tell you where the boss is. But I turned it into what I wanted, a little arena, okay? And it was cool, it was awesome. So I kind of built, I built the walls around it off this, okay, which is kind of then used as my entrance point. Then built kind of a little boardwalk around it, so guests could watch what was going on, and if they wanted to, you chuck weapons or anything like that in, a little viewing point for the commentator. But if you want to see kind of what happened to this place, go check out one of my videos. It's got Gamer-Centric in, fantastic guy, really great for Valheim tips and tricks and stuff as well. But yeah, check him out as well. So we're doing a little series together. We're doing some bits and pieces together of like NPC battles and us fighting off against a huge wave of enemies and all this kind of stuff. But this is one of the things that really screwed over the Crucible when I spawned in way too many trolls on his ass. But anyway, so that's kind of like my melee arena. But then down from that, so if you follow the pathway along, and the reason as well I've done all the stone stuff as well is because one, I was trying to stop all of this spawning by the fewlings, but it doesn't really seem to have done anything. Now around here, this was a fewling camp, a fewling village that I cleared out, and I've left it as it is because I like having it for the farming aspect anyway, which is really handy for it. But in the end, what I want to be able to turn this place into is kind of like our ranged champion arena. So people, it'll be for bows and arrows and that kind of thing, and no melee combat or anything. I'm getting to the edge of the thing again. No melee combat or anything like that. It'll be just bows and arrows. So then here, your champions will come in, they'll try and kill each other and whatever from here. And I feel like there's a nice little bit of stuff dotted around it. It kind of breaks things up nicely, gives people places to cover and whatever, stuff like that. But yeah, that's the kind of two kind of champion arenas I've got built right now. But like I said, that's why this place was going to be turned into, that's why this place is so big, okay? Because it's eventually going to be turned into a place that will invite other players here, will have contests and stuff like that, so people can try and, say, win like a Steam gift card if they're the top champion in the arena. But all this kind of stuff, it's kind of my big plans for this game, to be able to turn it into hopefully part of the channel where, I know there's plenty of people who turn their channels and say, an entire Minecraft channel where they keep doing server events and that kind of thing. And although I don't want to turn the whole channel into a Valheim channel, I really would love to dedicate part of it to this, to be able to do sort of server challenges and server contests. And me and Gamer-Centric, we've been working on a whole bunch of ideas for them, and we've got a load of things planned out to do with them. So if things take off for us and people keep coming to us for sort of Valheim stuff, then we are going to try and get people more involved in this kind of thing if they want to be. But that's that kind of stuff in the future. That's what I've kind of been planning out for now. But I need to move again so I can show you guys the last two places in the CheeZ Kingdom. Okay, we're going to start down here. So this is my new dock, all right? This hasn't been decorated quite as much as I'd like it to be, but it's been turned into kind of a bit of a lighthouse sort of thing, right? So as soon as I got Guck, I went kind of crazy on the green lanterns, and I really love how it kind of turned out, especially from kind of this sort of angle. I did the same sort of thing as I did with my dock in the meadows, in the woods. So it kind of has that like sort of guiding light sort of thing back in, which I really love about it. Welcoming home and that kind of thing. It's it's decked out to be a proper war dock, right? It's not quite as much room as the other one. It's not quite as built out to be that. It's built more for long ships and big armies to kind of set out, I guess. So we kind of got the lower end dock here to be able to jump onto them. And I did plan ahead, so obviously the sea levels do rise quite substantially in this game. We all know that. So on the side ones, there's docks to jump in from the top and bottom. which is kind of handy and nice. There isn't, however, a whole lot to decorate stuff as I quite would like with the dome. I had originally planned to kind of turn the inside into kind of a shoppy sort of area, barrels and that kind of thing set up. And although you can find barrels in the game and smash them, you can't build any barrels, which I was kind of a bit gutted about. So I kind of had to just do like sort of little personal chests, decorate it, little big old chests. There's a few portals set for the back end, and obviously we've got the green lights on the inside too to make it extra creepy. And yeah, like I said, so it's not a whole lot of stuff in here, it really isn't. And again, building in this bit wasn't too bad either. Okay, again, it was mostly iron posts up the middle, frame off the rest of it with frame off the outside, I should say, with its rooftops with the thatching, to kind of give it that, you know, easy to work with framing. And again, I'm more than happy to show everybody how this kind of was built if you would like to see, so if you to build up for yourself or anything like that. But the things I got to show you guys, okay? We're not going to go through that door yet because that is probably the thing I'm most happy with in this game so far. That and the armory I'm thrilled with, okay? But this is kind of the first thing I built when I came to this place, all right? Now, this was where I really started using iron properly. Like I said, I'm kind of figuring out how iron really worked. Okay, so building into the rock, building onto the platform, and etc. Okay, it created this big ass tower that ran right the way up the top of this rock. Okay, and this turned into my first kind of proper portal room out in the plains. Like, I had something, you know, impressive obviously in the meadows. I wanted something impressive back here too. So this is what I like to call my web. Okay, this is literally what it's called on the portal ways to get back here and everything like that. So up here you can kind of see a bit more why. So rather than building it kind of the just, you know, off at any other angle, I built the framework for it. I kind of built around it, and I kind of created it to look like this. I love it. I love how it looks. It's cool. It's awesome. It's wonderful. Unfortunately, the torches that run around the actual stairs, they've gone out. Again, this place costs me a fortune in resin, so I only ever really turn it on if I'm doing kind of videos, or if I'm doing little guests, like people coming over and stuff like that, and I want to wow them the first time round, then I'll turn it on. But I must have forgotten to do the stairs for this one, so I'm sorry about that, because it is kind of a nice effect. But yeah, again, with that, it was kind of, so as you can see around there, the framing goes right around down to the bottom to ensure that it kind of has extra support up to the sides, which didn't help. It's not the prettiest of things around the bottom, but to be fair, it doesn't look that bad. I love how this turned out. I really do. And the kind of the sheer height that you kind of get up to with this is, I found impressive anyway. And obviously it gives you a beautiful view of that. Like I said, great view of the Viking Hall. Okay, so this is my little party palace, my little party hall. I went kind of crazy with this, I'm very really honest with you. Should be no surprise. I had an idea, basically. I wanted to build a automatic brewery, an automatic mead hall, which I've done. I'm going to show you how I've kind of done it. And I kind of went even crazy with it because I want the whole hall to be up in the air, unsupported from the ground level. So I ended up building this, as you can see on the sides there. I ended up building this into the rocks, and this is one of the reasons why this place was so perfect for it. It meant I could kind of build this through these places, and I could kind of get extra height because I could build this into higher points of the rock. But anyway, from ground level, right, we go up this little spiral staircase. Okay, now obviously I do have a way of building an actual spiral staircase for the inside building if you guys want to see it. It was kind of fiddly to do, as a one torch there I've missed, which I'm really annoyed about. But anyway, right, we're back from our our Viking raid. We've had a fantastic time. We've killed and butchered many monsters. We've beaten bosses, and goddamn, and Odin is proud of us. And when we come home, we're welcomed by this sight. Okay, the fires are roaring. Our beds are warm, there's mead on the table, and the throne is well lit. And at the back here, we've got a bunch of portals for going back off to other places, so we don't have to worry about going too far for that. And I loved how this turned out. This was awesome to do. This was awesome to make, and I'm insanely proud of this one. And I just love how it looked. I like the four little, the banners as you come up. I like the dragon trophies up there, not trophies, little, bed, the beams and stuff like that. I love how it turns out, and I really love the fact that I've kind of staggered the hall this time as well, which I've never done before, but I really like how it looked, how it turned out, especially by using the kind of cool wood to kind of frame everything off. So on the inside, everything looks, it looks pretty neat, it looks pretty cool. We've got the kind of feasting area, we've got all the cooking area, and over here we've kind of got the mead area. So as I said, look, this is like what I meant by kind of an automatic mead dispenser. So at the top here, all right, at the top we got 6 fermenters, okay? Now they drop mead, as you can see, down the ramps, okay? And the way I'm gonna show you is because this works ridiculously well. So no more running around, and no more flying around either. Okay, so once you're done, okay, once it's done fermenting, okay, which will keep someone up here just to do that for, I guess, it'll pop off, okay, and the mead then just falls down, which is then perfect, which is then great. So then you can kind of just run out here, you can run up the thing a little bit if you needed to, and then you go, we've got 30 mead, we can get drunk, we can get rat-arsed, we can have a good old party, and there's enough mead there to sling our tankers back and have a good old whatever shindig. I'm going to take that and we're just going, yes, we're going to get it back. We're going to, yes, wonderful. Like true Vikings knocking back our meat. I need more. Do I need more? Oh, there's plenty left over for everybody. And then all I do, like, so up here in the little chest back here, there's just loads. There's just loads of mead stuff that I've been making up, ready to go, and then just put back in. And all we then do is we just run up to the top of it. We should knock it back again, and it'll just keep dispensing. It's just wonderful. It's not automatic in the sense that it will be do everything for you, but then it dispenses it down here, collects the whole thing for you. So if you need it, you can just run up to it, easy days, easy whatever, and it's fantastic and it's great and it works perfectly for me. And there we have it, folks. Okay, that was, I know, a bit long, okay, but that is because the CheeZ Citadel is huge and it's taken me an insane amount of time to build, insane amount of time to get the resources and stuff like that together for it, and it's not even finished yet. I've got a whole load of stuff I've still got to do to this place, whole load of ideas for bits and pieces that I want to get added in, but I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm going to be putting together building episodes on how to do this, sort of like the armory, the blacksmith, docks, and all sorts of other stuff. If you guys want to see anything in particular, please let me know. If you've got any suggestions for anything I could try and build, or any ideas even, like stuff like the automatic meadery. If you want to see something, an idea made in Valheim, I'm happy to check it out and I will see what I can do to make it for you guys, all right? But I've been Big CheeZ. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've enjoyed my base tour. I'm ridiculously proud of how this has gone, especially, like I said, solo build, not cheating. And because I love the building in Valheim, this has been amazing to do. It's been a labor of love, really. But I'll be back very soon with some more Valheim episodes for you guys. In the meantime, stay happy, stay positive, stay cheesy out there while you are, guys. If you could chuck some cheddar on the like button for me, subscribe if you haven't already, and continue to share the channel far and wide. I'll be back very, very soon with some more episodes for you guys. Catch you later. Bye-bye.